Next, we got Benoit Saint Denis and Dan Hooker. Now, for everybody who talks about Benoit Saint Denis, I think we need to clear the air a little bit. First of all, this guy's like the Navy SEALs of France. Like, this guy was just literally a monster. And I think he's running through the division in orderly fashion. He's a standout and he's a killer. And then you have Dan Hooker, which I think is like the ultimate fan favorite.
Yeah, I love
Not
Hooker.
just because of his tattoos, but because the guy's got to be the grittiest dude in the game.
He just likes to fight.
17-year pro career, a veteran in the game. He lost to Armin in November. He holds, the UFC lightweight record with 8 win bonuses. And he's known as an elite gatekeeper now at this point. And then you have like BSD, who's 100% finishing rate with his 4th straight stoppage. And he just mauled Hooker, and he's climbing the division. He's climbing the ranks. Hooker said he just wants to spoil people's title, he wants to spoil people's title dreams and runs now. That's like his new thing. And, I don't know what's going to happen or where he's going to be after this fight, but BSD really declared that he wants the undisputed lightweight title of the BMF belt next. And judging based off Armin and what's going on with the division, we'll see what's going on there. Before we even start, Khalil Roundtree, you see Dan Hooker at a bar, you see those tattoos. How scared are you?
On a level of 1 to 10?
Yeah.
1.
Like, you're not getting scared if this guy walks in with no shirt on, you see all that?
No, not at all.
Not even with that samurai dragon tattoo on his back?
Not at all.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay. So that's not going to get him riled up at all? No. I'm telling you, if I saw this guy walk in the bar with the bleach hair, I'm not saying a single word to him.
Well, it's because it's you.
Well,
you're not Khalil Roundtree.
What about
dog.
you? What about if you saw Dan Hooker at a bar with his shirt off, big samurai tattoo, and you showed up with Armin and Hamza?
Oh, I'd say whatever I want. What do you mean? That's a dumb question. Don't ask dumb questions on the podcast. BSD fights like there's an Uber outside. Like, this guy just wants to get in there and get out. This guy is like the most surgical fighter in the game right now.
Not surgical. I wouldn't call him
surgical.
No.
What do you mean?
No, not surgical.
Surgical.
He imposes his will.
Should have a PhD.
PJ, take his mic away. Take his mic away.
Start us off with the fight. What did you see?
He imposes his will, right? We all knew that Benoit wanted to get the fight to the ground, right? Like, we know that he's going to be stronger there. We know how he fights. He's not like a elite striker. He imposes his will. He comes forward. He gets a hold of you, and he outpowers you on the ground. I'm a massive Hooker fan. I love the way he fights. I like his style. What I would have liked to see from Hooker more so was a little bit more footwork, right? Because he wants to keep this range. He wants to keep this distance. So stay out of the clinch and keep your footwork going. And then also set up your kicks. It's good to throw kicks by themselves just to keep your opponent honest and also keep him cut off. But also start setting your kicks up. Throw some punches before those kicks so that they land. He keeps throwing them just pop shot kicks, right? So throw 2 punches, throw a 1-2, and then that, especially in that open stance, he throws a 1-2 from orthodox, throws the kick right behind it. It would have a lot more higher percentage to land it to the head, into the body. Fake an overhand, throw the ball, because you fake the overhand, he's going to block with his hands upstairs, land the kick to the body, right? So much more that he could have done, but ultimately, like, try to stay back off the cage, use your footwork, and not let this fight go to the ground.
Khalil, what did you see from this fight?
All I saw was persistence from BSD.
Yeah.
I think that's really what won him this fight, is he just stuck to one thing. And that was just move forward and tangle up with this guy and try to take him down. In my opinion, it really exposed BSD. It made me actually think that, like, it should be a while before this guy gets a title fight.
Oof.
Because it just was not, although it was persistent. I mean, like, some of those shots were from like 3-4 feet away. The hands were just not good at all. They were kind of sloppy. And yeah, you're going up against a guy like Hooker who's tough, but I just think that it kind of exposed him, and I don't really think that he's ready to be talked about as like, this championship level fighter that we all saw. So I'd like to see what's next for him, especially because he got a win. So, like, let's see who they match him up with against next and if he makes some adjustments. But I think that Hooker exposed him and showed it was a pretty sloppy fight.
Yeah, I've said this in a few of his fights now already. Like, his striking needs to gain a lot more leaps and bounds. He needs feints because he wants that pressure. He needs to fake a lot more to make his way in, right?
It's almost like sometimes even on his face in DC comment too, it looked like he was in a panic little mode. Like at some point he was like anxious to try something, almost like a little bit I don't want to use the word scared because he's not, but
just not confident,
but it
nervous.
It looked like this. It's like he's not relaxed and
It's like once he started feeling the length and getting those teeps to the stomach and stuff, he he was just like, okay, I got to go forward. I got to get this guy out of here, even if it's putting my head down. And he almost got kneed in the face, a couple times. And he was just like, swinging, and he put the pressure. And I think, he's strong, but he just had nothing but persistence. Like he made up his mind that I'm going to take this guy down and just put him away. And it wasn't.
This is the guy you need to handicap in his next training camp. You need to handicap him, but guess what? You're not allowed to shoot any shots these next 5 rounds.
Yeah.
You have to only strike.
Why is that?
So that he gets more comfortable on his feet. He learns how to set his punches up rather than using like his hands just to get the takedowns.
So as someone who's now helping MMA fighters, especially in the UFC with a big one, Josh Emmett, how would you approach Benoit Saint Denis' next camp? Three big takeaways you would kind of order him to do.
I'm going to handicap him in a lot of his sparring rounds to where I'm going to make it so he can't shoot takedowns and he has to strike only, and get him against guys that can strike really well. So he has to get comfortable with his defense as well as his offense and how he's going to set up his punches. Obviously, you're never going to let go of what works for you, so continue to work your ground game. You always got to continue to work your strengths, but you got to handicap him in his sparring. And then technique that's going to work. Like I'd find the right mid holder that's going to work MMA striking, right? Like he really needs some MMA striking in there to where I'm chain wrestling, but also using strikes as my chain wrestling. Those will be my 3 takeaways.